Okay, this is going to be the weirdest video ever. But we're going to go through our cheer makeup that is required that everybody has to do for competition. So, things that are not required but you are more than welcome to do. Like I have already done my foundation, powder, concealer. If you want to do that, absolutely fine. I have not done my eyebrows, but I do my eyebrows. You don't have to do that. Those are not required. What is required is blush. You don't have to do bronzer, but you probably want bronzer. We have our required eyeshadows that we posted. Black, preferably waterproof eyeliner, not the stick form. And black, preferably a waterproof mascara. So this makeup should look more than what they normally wear because they are under like stage lights, like you would be in like a drama or a play, like a play on stage. So these lights, when they go on stage and get pictures taken, are going to wash them out. So our makeup has to be like stage makeup. So don't do this and think, oh my gosh, they look crazy, I would never let them wear this normally. That's fine because it's going to look different when they're on stage under those lights. So we will start with bronzer. Any bronzer will do. It can be a bronzer or a contour. Everybody does it different, but if you are using it, just make sure you kind of put it on the sides of their forehead. And I'm going to try to go as fast as I can so this video is not like an hour long. And you just want to make sure that they don't look super, super pale on stage, because if you don't have any definition in your face, those stage lights are going to hit it and their pictures are going to look crazy. Like I'm going to look crazy outside today because I'm going to have so much makeup on. What is required again is our blush. Any color blush will do, and it needs to be more dramatic than what they would normally wear. And also, very important, all of their makeup needs to be brought with them to competition in case we need to adjust something. So, everything, brushes, blush, bring a makeup bag, stick it in a backpack. They need to be bringing probably a backpack with them so they can bring all their stuff. Okay, that's our blush. It is, it's not showing up on camera, but it is like super, super bright right now. Once again, I'm under just bright lights from the bathroom and it's still washing me out because, yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Like it is really bright right now. Also, not required, but most of the girls use it. If you have a highlighter, it's just like a shimmery, any shade will do, and you can stick it on their cheekbones. Okay, let's go ahead and do the eyeshadow. Tips, this is our yellow eyeshadow that everybody was required to get. This is already super pigmented. I mean, that was one. So this is super, super bright and super pigmented. If you want it to just stay a little bit longer and to be brighter, you could use a primer, but you don't have to. But these are like $3. I have another one. These are both from Wet n Wild, and they're primer. This one's a primer, water, and setting spray, and this one I think is just a setting spray. So these work really good. They're like $2-3. And what I do is I just use my finger. Also for this is really important. Do not use a fluffy like eyeshadow brush for this. It will fall out everywhere. Like this is my eyeshadow brush. Do not try to dip that into it. It's not going to turn out like this. You need to use your finger or a flat packing brush. If you don't have that brush, use your finger because it works better anyways. So I just kind of spray my finger. It's wet. And it just makes it go on a little bit better. Don't spray too much though, because then it just turns it into putty. I think I sprayed too much. But you can kind of tell. It just makes it stick a little bit better. So I'm just putting it on my finger and putting it on my eyelid. Finger to eyelid. Super simple. Then we're going to bring it right here in that corner. We're going to touch it in that corner right there. And then we're going to bring it up above the eyelid just a little bit. This does not have to be the most prettiest thing in the world because it'll get fixed. And you can go back in a couple times to get it as bright as you need. Then we're going to go underneath this lash line carefully and put some underneath. Now, what you don't want to do is just touch right here and swipe down, because you're going to have yellow all down there, and that's not what you want. It's just under the eyelid. So I'll do the other one. Cross the eyelid into the corner and above the eyelid just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna wipe that off. Okie dokie. Now we have our bright white shade. You're going to touch just a little bit of that, and you're going to put it in that corner where we put that yellow. You can also use that spray if you want it to be brighter, or just water. Water will work too, but you don't need like a lot, like barely anything. Use a clean finger. I'm just kind of making it not, like, just blend in a little bit. Now we're going to use that same white shade, and we're going to go up under their eyebrow. Now, what we don't want is one straight across line for their eyebrow. So put it on and just kind of windshield wiper back and forth just to blend it out a little bit, okay? Then you can use a brush. I'm going to use one that's not so fluffy. And we're going to get the, just the plain shade right here. And we're going to go above that yellow, and we're kind of right underneath where we put the white. Just a little bit. Then we are going to get this shade, not the darkest, but the next. And we're going to go right above where we put that yellow. Underneath the white, but above the yellow. Back and forth. Now, if you just do it one time, it might not be blended, so see, that like doesn't look great. So back and forth, back and forth. Stop, Luna. Back and forth, back and forth. Remember, they're on stage, so it's going to be more than what you would probably normally do. Back and forth, blend it in. Above the yellow, underneath the white. Okay, then you can use the darker brown shade. Tap some off because it will fall off. And we're going to just stay on this outer corner above that yellow. On this side. Above the yellow. Now we're just going to bring it down a tiny bit on the eyelid, but just the very, 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 very corner. Not far. Okay, bring it like you're just making a little line. And make sure you just dab it, dab it, dab it, so it doesn't look like a line. We're just blending it out. Okay? So this is where we should be. I'm trying to hold this up. My back hurts. So yellow, yellow, white, white under the eyebrow, the light brown all the way across, the dark brown just on the very corner, and then the dark brown where we ended, we're making a line right here. And then we just dab, 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 brush back and forth windshield wiper to blend it in. Okay? That's all right. Now we're going to do the eyeliner. Very important for the eyeliner, it has to be black. Do not get the pencil. This is an eyebrow, but it's the same idea. So do not buy the eyeliners that are like the pencils. You cannot get a wing liner with this. Some people use gel. I do not, because I'm not great at these. This is the one I get, and it's literally the best. So it's really easy. It's called Hyper Easy, and it's Maybelline New York brush tip liner. It looks like this. If y'all want to message me, I can show you. Let's see. I know mine have a couple bristles, but it's just a bristle, and it comes off super black, and it's really easy. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So just do a line straight across right on the eyelid. And I'm trying to hold my phone, so this is not easy. Okay, corner to corner on the bottom of the eyelid, or on the eyelid right here. So then we're just going to make a line, tiny little line from where we ended it up slanted. Let's see. We just made a line. Then you're going to take the top of that line and draw it over here to connect. Okay, does that make sense? This is really hard with one hand, but we'll try it again. And yes, my face is really dry. I'm so sorry. I'm not a makeup artist, don't judge me. Okay, then we are going up. Take that and over. I tried to do that with my phone camera, so that did not turn out well. It's better. They're not twins, but they're cousins. They're similar enough. So if you do need help, just let somebody know. Do all your makeup, do the line, and we can try to help you with the wing if you need to, or a friend. But do not share eyeliner, do not share mascara, don't share stuff that goes on your eyes, because eye infections. So but we can try to help. But usually, FYI, we are one of the first teams to go on stage. Like, as soon as doors open, the coaches run, we get registered, and then we meet everybody. So y'all have to be ready. Like, hair, makeup, everything has to be done when y'all get to competition. Sorry, I know this video is going long. So do not come and say, I need you to do all my makeup for me. No, ma'am. If you can't do your makeup, try to spend the night with somebody the night before, possibly, and y'all can do your makeup together, and they can help you. Or stay the night with a parent that you know that can help with your makeup. Most of the older girls will do it on their own anyway. So, but if you do need help with the eyeliner, that's something we can do a little bit quicker. But everything else really needs to be done. But it's just a line from the bottom to the bottom, a tiny little line up, and then just connect the two. It doesn't have to be huge. It can be a little one like this one. This one's a little bit smaller. So just line, connect. That's it. And then you just kind of fill it in. Okay. So that is, oh, I forgot my lipstick in here. I did not bring it in here with me. So, let's see what I have. Anything. Is this it? I think this is it. Okay, maybe I do have it. I believe this was the one. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was the Maybelline Super Stay, the matte ink. So these don't come off. The reason we got these is because they can usually eat and everything, and they'll stay on. Just make sure they dry really well. But you have to bring this with you to competition. Bring all of your makeup. So just lipstick. I'm so sorry. This is probably the most boring video ever. Now, it's not exactly even, but whatever. This has to be this shade. You cannot go out and pick your own shade of lipstick. It has to be this shade. If you come to comp with something else, we're going to go get soap and rub it off, and we're going to rub some of one of ours on. So do not do that. Okay, red lips. And that. Now, this is optional because I know some of the girls really like doing these. You can either use, depending on your skin tone, whatever you want to do, there's a white shimmery shade and the eyeshadow palette, or you could do both, I guess. And then we have the yellow. So you can tap just a little bit and just like a highlight, just right here. It'll make it shimmery. Or you can use the yellow for some extra fun. Actually, let's make that mandatory. I lied. We're going to put a little bit of yellow right here on each of our cheeks. Cool beans? Cool. It will be fun. It'll bring all the yellow in. Okay, it doesn't have to be like a straight yellow line like it was on my face. It's just a little bit, okay? Then you are going to do a ponytail. A regular ponytail, but when I say regular, I mean cheer. So this ponytail needs to be this high. So you can see how high up it is here. Now it's pretty high up. I'll put it up in a second to show you, but on our foreheads, like it's pretty high. What we do not want is the ponytail 1 inch from our forehead. That's a little too high because we have seen it. Just so you know, if your bow falls down, I'll have to grab a bow in a minute. If your bow falls down in your head, you will need bobby pins to pin it off like into your hair, because we get points taken off if people's bows are like completely in front of their face. Okay, let's try to be quick. Also required for them to bring hair bands, like hair ties, bobby pins, and hairspray, a brush, and a comb, just in case. So when I say a comb, like, 'cause they have to tease, not a comb that's just this. They need one that has the big and then the little, or just the tiny ones, because that's how you're going to end up teasing. Or they actually have like teasing, like a bristle brush that's similar to like this type of stuff. So you could do that. So to get your high pony, it's really up tall. Then I should have checked how many hair bands I had. Okay. Also, really good, they have these at Walmart. You can get this and you can use 2 of these and a regular one or whatever. But to avoid the extreme amount of teasing, which we're still going to do, but to avoid a lot of it, they have these stick rubber bands. It's like, yeah, it's just really thick, like a cloth type of thing. They have them at Walmart. So I'll put a regular one in first, nice and tight. And what you can do is put 3 or 4 of the regular ones and stack them up here, 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 here. But I'm going to put this one on next. And I'm probably just going to do a regular one and this thick one. But I'm going to keep it going upwards and not on top of each other. Does that make sense? So it helps my ponytail stay up taller without having to do as much teasing. That way you don't have to do as much damage to your hair. So I have a lot of broken hair, baby hairs in the front. So I'm going to go ahead and pin these. And then you would hairspray like crazy. The hold down the hairspray is what you need. I do not have that right now. I just have the pump, but the pump can work, but the other one works a lot better for our purposes. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is take a teeny tiny section in the front. Teeny tiny section of the front hair. Okay. Now, the most important thing and the mistake that I see from this is people teasing from here to here. That's gonna just give you a knot from here to here, okay? You need to start about right here, and you need to push down all the way to that rubber band. And then you go higher, 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 and push that knot all the way down to that rubber band. Because if you're making a knot up here, you're just gonna have a knot in your hair. Okay, then we're gonna grab another piece right behind it of hair. Then piece. Same thing, knot all the way to the rubber band. Push, push, go up, down, up, down, up, down, and then go back to that knot and push it all the way back down to the rubber band. Then I'm gonna grab another layer of hair behind it. Doesn't have to be exact. Here, down, here, down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Start really low towards that rubber band. Okay, next piece of hair. What you can also do if you have hair that doesn't want to hold very well is do a quick spray of hairspray, then tease it. I'm going to grab the whole thing and just kind of push a little bit. Okay, then we have this mess. So I see this is nice and tall, and this is not. So we're going to grab this piece over here, and we're going to do the same thing. Pushing it down, push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Now if you're starting to get a knot all the way up here, go back to the bottom, and push it down. Okay, where are we lacking the craziness? We're lacking craziness on this side, so let's go over here. Tease, 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 tease. Push it down. Okay, everything is decently crazy. We're missing a piece here. Just tease it all, every single strand, all the way down to that ponytail. Okay, then it's going to look crazy. Then we will hairspray it. I don't want my hair to be stuck like this all day, so I'm just going to do a couple hairsprays, but you will hairspray until you're coughing. And you're just going to brush the outside of the ponytail very lightly. The front of it. We're not going through the whole ponytail. The inside of it's still that knot. So we're brushing what's falling down on the back very gently. We're brushing down what fell down on the side very gently, and up here because we don't want it to look crazy from the front. Okay, once you have all of the knots covered and your hair is still tall, you are going to spray, spray, spray. I'm not going to spray like I already sprayed a ton. I'm not going to spray a ton because then my hair will be stuck like this for the rest of the day. Spray all of this, all of that, so it stays down. Your whole back, so that stays down. Now, if you did want to, this is good, but if you did have natural curls, you can wear it curly. If you have straight hair and you want the ends of this curled, you can curl the ends. But this part up here still needs to be a beehive. Let me grab one more thing. Hold on. Okay. This one important step I forgot to tell you, because I was just focusing on the hair, but is our bow. This is not our bow. Do not bring just a plain yellow bow. This is one of our old ones I just had close to me right now. As soon as you put your hair in a ponytail and we stacked it up, then put your bow on, then you can go into your teasing. Because if you tease before, it's going to be a lot harder and you're going to mess it up. So ponytail up, bow on, and then you start the teasing. Try to avoid spraying a ton of hairspray all over your bow, which is kind of impossible, but if you can, just kind of cover with your hand and then spray just to help it stay nice. But I'm going to try to put it on for an example, and then I'll have to fix my tease. Also, very important, these bows are expensive, so don't just put it on and yank it. And the front is also very fragile, so put it on, hold it in place, hold the rubber band behind it. Let me just do it again so I can show you guys, because it is pretty important. What I don't want is y'all just like holding it and then just yanking it. Hold it, hold the rubber band, right? Place it on there, put your finger on it and hold it so it's not pulling the bow. And then this doesn't need to be crazy tight, it just needs to make sure it's not going to fly out of their hair, okay? So now, because I had to put mine on later, I need to go back and fix my hair some. So I'm going to go back and do some more teasing. Okay, so your hair should be taller than your bow. It should come out, preferably out to the side slightly. It doesn't need to be all the way out here, but it doesn't need to be like that either, okay? It needs to come nice and out. Does that make sense? If you come with a flat ponytail and you have not teased it because you don't like the look of it, you will not go on stage. I'll sit you out and it will be your fault that you didn't do your hair because you didn't like it. So this is required. Everybody has to do it. Now, because mine are like stuck here, I would need to grab some bobby pins. Now, our bows this year are a little bit stiffer, so you'll just have to work with it. But we're not supposed to have them completely in our face, so you would just move it just to right there. And you can just kind of pin it. Ours are not yellow, so you're not gonna like see that. Just kind of pin it with your hair and just out slightly. Like it can be in your face a little bit, but it just doesn't need to be all the way there. Like I really need to go back and tease this a little bit more to get these outer corners up, but it kind of fell when I did the bow like last. So we did our yellow, yellow, white, white, light brown, dark brown, winged eyeliner, lipstick, bronzer, lots of blush, okay, because otherwise you're going to look washed out on stage. And then the other requirement was mascara, which I don't know where my good one went. So we're going to use this one, which is probably not going to show up very well right now. Preferably, like, my other one will show up a lot better. If you want to wear fake lashes, you can. That's not a requirement. Some of you want to wear those, that's fine. Like I said, foundation, powder, concealer, any of that like you already wear is fine.